Hi everybody, it's Mary Satoli from the Follow Your Bliss Foundation. Just putting up a quick video today while I had my camera out and was doing some other stuff because I told you guys I would give you an update on my ketogenic diet and how that was going, and so far so good. I would have to say that mentally is where at about the fourth week, at week 5 now, going on week 6, that I noticed the biggest improvement in brain function. I mean, just alert, focus, not having the confusion issues, can work longer hours on my computer, just much more focused overall. The challenge is where to try to find the right balance of carbohydrates, because although I'm testing and my ketones have been pretty good at a specific carbohydrate intake, I am still struggling with sleep and some hair loss, which is pretty common from what I have heard, and the solution is to up your carbohydrates in the evening a little bit more. Last night I tried adding a little bit of bean pasta, like maybe about 10 grams, and that did help. I slept better last night, so that did help. I think there seems to be a lot of evidence that a ketogenic diet can help with the glutamate GABA balance. I just read an article by a doctor who talked about the need for glutamine, which is an amino acid, but you convert that to glutamate, which is your excitatory neurotransmitter, and that's the one we're trying to calm down. So by a lot of people who take glutamine can trigger those glutamic acid rushes because it's shunting it the wrong way. And the best thing that I think I've done is this ketogenic diet, and I'm just getting ready to add some taurine back in, because I read this article that once you get the right proportion of fats in your diet, aka mostly omega-3, which again I've been a big advocate of. I've talked about high levels of omega-3 and been also listening to another neurosurgeon who is advocating DHA is just not high enough in our diets to help with mitochondrial function, which is the cell itself. And so plant-based DHA is not high enough to feed the cells what it needs to continue to make energy. So I've been trying a number of things along with this, getting my fat intake up, good fats. Again, adding, if you can't do a ketogenic diet, the things I would recommend that you add the most are the omega-3s, the MCT oils, because they convert to medium chain triglycerides in the liver, liver B. And that will help your brain function, getting the ketones from your liver. And so you need MCT, coconut products are a good source of that, and grass-fed butter. So if you can increase omega-3, grass-fed butter, and the MCT oils, then you might be able to add in taurine to your diet, and it may help with, because there is an enzyme, and I can't think of the full name of it, they call it GAD, that converts glutamine to GABA, and that is assisted by taurine. So you need taurine to make that conversion to GABA, and that's something else I've been playing with. Again, like I said, I'm contemplating going back on that, because I had good results with the taurine when I was tapering, with it calming down my anxiety quite a bit. But then there were points where I didn't feel like it was doing much of anything. So I think you kind of have to have the right balance of everything going on for certain supplements to work, and you have to add in and subtract things that may or may not be working right for you at any given time. And I think it's kind of a juggling act at what time you would take those supplements or those additional types of foods or whatever that you're trying to accomplish into your diet. And then there's a time to eliminate them. Like I'm going through a phase where I've cut a lot of things out because I found the things that I know are working and that are no longer working anymore. So I've eliminated those things and added a few things in. and I'm finding a lot of things have improved with this diet, particularly my gut function. One of the other things I'm doing with this is resistant starch. You can just get that in the form of potato starch. It's pretty inexpensive. And I'm doing like a half teaspoon of that, or a teaspoon 3 times a day, so it comes out to about a tablespoon. And then eating, it's a prebiotic, so it feeds any probiotics you're taking. So the best way to do it is to eat, and I just take it in water and sway it down. It's got no taste to it. And add a little bit of sauerkraut or fermented vegetable, kimchi, and eat that with it. And boy, I tell you what, my gut function is about the best it's been in quite some time. Just regular, and I'm not needing to take any additional. I'm taking a pretty high dose of magnesium still, and I'm juggling with about 3 different kinds. I'm taking citrate, glycinate, and threonine, which I've found a really good product for that. If you guys are interested, I can give you links to the ones that I use. But there is a lot of evidence to support that the diet works. Targeted supplements with the diet are especially good. So, and your gut function is huge in this, because if your gut's not functioning right, it's really hard to absorb nutrients, and therefore it's hard for the body to heal. So I am occasionally, not all the time, but taking a probiotic, a good source probiotic that's just got a lot of high level. I take maybe just that once a day. So that, I think, is helping, but I think the potato starch and the fermented vegetables are a huge part of why my digestion, I've got less bloating and gas. I'm finding that the benzo belly seems to be subsiding on certain days, and in fact, even the only symptoms I really have left are the tingling, and right now I have some pretty high hissing in my ears, and the electrical stuff flared up pretty bad today, and the muscle stuff. But I have had, since I've been on the ketogenic diet, an abating of those symptoms on days where I've had pretty much a 70 to 80% reduction in those symptoms, which are the only ones I have left. Otherwise, the diet has almost completely reversed the problems that I was having with my brain function. And if I could get my sleep back regulated again, the days that I do sleep, I feel really good. I feel I'm functioning better. I'm out in the world more. I'm doing a whole lot more. I'm working on a grant right now for my business, and able to just keep up with a lot more. The diet has helped me cope with stress a lot better. Like last week, I overbooked myself, which 2 months ago, before I went on this diet, I would never have even thought about the possibility of doing that. And I was tired, but I was able to come home and have very few flare-ups and symptoms because of the diet. I was able to kind of barrel through the fatigue and still handle what I had. And plus, at the end of the week, I went to the dentist, and on top of everything else, got a tooth filled, which about 2 months ago would have been out of the question that I would have wanted to try that on top of everything else I'd done, because I was gone literally almost every day last week. So I've, needless to say, been spending the weekend recuperating and taking some downtime and resting. So I'm not going to go real long today, which I usually do, I know, but I finished another video for something else that I needed to do. So I wanted to just check in real quick and see if there was anything else I wanted to add. But if you, I'll try to put some more links up with this video. If you guys want to contact me and have questions about the diet, I'm available for consults at $60 an hour. I do work with people who need help. I do not recommend you try this diet while you're tapering still. I would recommend it after you've healed a little bit after your taper and you're off the drugs, although I am tapering off Phenibut, and I think it's actually helping me with that some. So I am available, and if you have questions at all, you can email me at followyourblissfoundation@yahoo.com for questions about the supplements in specific. I have links to particular ones I found and tried that I think are working well for me, but again, particularly the omega-3, taurine, MCT oil and grass-fed butter. If you can get that into your diet without going keto and just add the fats and the omega-3s and get that up really high. I've added more seafood and things like shrimp and crab and into my diet because of the DHA in it, and it's higher than plant sources like seaweeds and stuff like that, although I do munch on some seaweed from time to time. So those are just some quick tips of everything that I found. I'm doing really pretty good, and I'm hoping that about 6 months to a year I can fully reverse the symptoms, and I'm hoping that my videos are helping you guys with that, and that I can be of assistance in your recovery process. So I hope you guys are all doing well, and for those of you still tapering, my heart goes out to you. I am talking through email with a lot of you, and I know there's several people that just finished their last dose or close to it and just really in a deep dark hole at the moment. So my heart goes out to you, and again, I'm glad to help any way that I can. So take care, and I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Happy May, it's coming up, about a day or two left, so we're on to summer. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.